We are now live on YouTube. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my own private Kokomo. I'm Ryan Meharry.
Hey, and I'm Dave Tooney. Oh, I didn't know what we were doing there.
We're live. It's happening. We've got a little. You'll see. I don't know. Can you see it up on the top left? It'll say webinar. It's now streaming live on YouTube.
Yeah, I think I saw it.
You do it now.
You talking to me?
You talking to me?
I think I saw that pop up a moment ago.
It's gone now. Hi, Jared. Thanks for tuning in. We should have Ryan Stanger joining us shortly. Hopefully he'll be hopping on. He's scheduled to come, but you know, his schedule can change in an instant, and there's always a possibility that he will not be able to make it, but I haven't heard otherwise, so I'm going to assume that he'll be here.
How are you? Are you seeing it on YouTube already? Are you seeing the video?
Yeah, we're up. We're up. We're live.
Okay.
People are going nuts. Whoa! In the home office.
Whoa! All right.
Let's see what do we got there? You got the professional microphone. We gotta get that.
Yeah.
I missed all that.
You're in the home office. It looks good. You look like like everyone else, like on TV and everything, broadcasting from their home office. It looks like nice.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Anderson, I'm glad that you brought that up because we're really all in this together, and everybody tries to look like the most normal. You know, they're like, yeah.
I like the ones where you can see that they're really trying to hide their wealth a little bit. You know, like
all of them.
Yeah, finding that one corner of the room that's just kind of a blank wall.
Yeah, the news people do that. The celebrities haven't. That's been the running gag, right? You know, just these fucking celebrities like, hey, we're all in this together, in like fucking like 100 acres of grass and wild animals and shit out there. It's like, just stay home.
Yeah, we're trying to
get comfortable, stay home, hunker down.
Yeah.
Send your staff out to buy your groceries. You shouldn't be doing that. Yeah, like The Rock. Like, how's The Rock staying fit during the quarantine?
Finding that one corner of the room that's just kind of a blank wall.
Yeah, the news people do that. The celebrities haven't. That's been the running gag, right? You know, just these fucking
YouTube's going.
celebrities.
Is that mine?
Mine. Again, as usual, my fault. I never mute the YouTube channel.
I gotta say, I didn't love what I put out in that little bit. I usually I can't really evaluate what I've done that fast.
When you hear
that little snippet, not great, you know.
Yeah, in the timing, the cadence.
Yeah,
I gotta say this though. I'll watch Schwarzenegger all day on his stuff.
I'm fine with it. I mean, he kind of made his career on being, you know, over the top and making tons of money and all that kind of shit. So I'm fine with it. It's just like you do have to like roll your eyes at like the new kind of celebrity that tries to pretend to be humble. And meanwhile, you know,
whatever. Like John Krasinski and like Emily Blunt doing their whole thing.
Yeah.
That guy's stupid fucking face.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big time movie director now. Serious guy.
Weaknesses ?
Yeah, smart stuff. Clever.
Keep showing the whiteboard of like, oh, you've done all this research on the little like quiet place creatures. Weaknesses.
Loud.
They're fast. We know
loud
that.
noise equal bad.
Yeah, they're good at killing kids.
What have we observed?
Yeah. What else? So what's up, guys? How are you guys doing?
Good. I was about to ask you. How have you been doing with homeschooling Stone? Are you like? Did they give you much materials? What are you working with?
No, I got to say, we often celebrate our teachers as heroes. They certainly are. Yeah. However, my experience with this has been they're doing the absolute bare minimum, close to almost nothing.
Just they're on vacation now, doing that.
Yeah, I mean, just fucking checked out. I mean, it was this big deal that Google Classroom is going to start. All, we have to line it up. We have to get it just right. They finally got it. And it's literally like, they'll get one little assignment. Like they have the PDF of Charlotte's Web. They'll have them read one chapter, and then like the most rudimentary, archaic table where they're like, what are Wilbur's traits? And you just like click in there, and the cursor's like, wah, wah, like outside of the square, and the Stone's trying to type in. He's humble in there, and that's been that's been LA Unified's big offering to help us, with this whole.
How many hours a day are you having to spend on it?
I mean, I'm fortunate just given his age. In third grade, the kind of guidance that I saw and I researched a little bit was they're not much good for more than like an hour or 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours, something like that. So you do it in like little blocks. And so it's not like just me in there with him 6 hours banging it out like a makeshift chalkboard in his room,
Yeah.
And so the key that I found has been just structure. Like you come up with a schedule that you do every single day. And, it took a little bit of time to troubleshoot that, because we had blocked off huge amounts of time that obviously you didn't need. I'm like, no, you're still on art for another 4.5 hours. So it's like, okay. But so just doing that structure, and then I will say, I made a joke earlier, but having a little bit of materials from LA Unified has been good, because otherwise it's just you just fucking make it up.
Like, what are you guys working on?
I had been having him do reading. I mean, where I can really help him is just kind
Part
of
of the deal.
What's that?
Part of the deal.
Yeah. Hydrochloroquine. Hydrochloroquine. Very powerful, powerful. Malaria, excellent malaria.
A lot of the doctors, they believe in it. They believe in it strongly.
What have you got to lose?
Beautiful drug. Beautiful drug.
It's a beautiful drug.
They say it's a beautiful drug.
Sexy, beautiful, anti-malaria, very powerful. Hydrochloroquine. Art of the Deal. Reading that. 50 Shades of Grey. What do you think a butt plug is?
No.
Wrong again, dude. Come on. Use your brain. You got a butt and you plug it up, dude. Like just a lot of reading. I did made up some bullshit, book reports. I think the key is you want them to personally engage with what they're reading. And so he just wants to write a summary, like we read Coraline. It's like, then she found the cat, then the cat said this, then Coraline walked in and her mom was there, and then she sewed buttons on her eyes.
I thought it was good.
Yeah. And so I would say what did you, so you can do predicting helps. What do you think is going to happen? Because it just forces them to then kind of engage. Maybe Coraline will do this. I don't know.
Maybe Coraline will drive a car and drive away. Okay.
Yeah.
That sound like a book you want to read?
First of all, Coraline should get a shotgun, blow her fucking fake mom's head off. Then she could use it for target practice or getting food.
Well, where does she get the shotgun from? She buys it at an arms show.
Yeah. She probably had a fucking bat mitzvah and got her money from that. Fucking bought a shotgun with it. I don't know.
We fucking do something else.
Yeah. There's all kinds of loopholes in owning a weapon, Dad.
I'll show you one day.
Yeah. And then, I teach him math.
That seems like, to me, that would be the most, all of it would be, I'm so glad Reagan's at an age where in her school they're doing Zooms and stuff like that. And she can she's got it under control.
You're on your own.
I'd be exposed so quickly.
Well, she's old enough where they can they have a class every day, and then on Zoom, and they have the assignments, and they're pretty broken down. And also, I'm not there. She's with her mom, so. Yeah. But like, if this were happened 6-7 years ago, I'd be dead. It would have been
Dead.
I would have asked them to go for a walk, and they would have just come back, and I would be just hanging there.
You guys froze out on me. I don't know what's happening.
Oh yeah, no, you're frozen. Everyone,
You're froze,
No,
buddy.
not.
You're froze.
you're frozen.
Am I frozen?
There you are.
It was better.
Back-
The face you were freezing on, it froze the moment I landed the punchline of my joke about, hanging myself. And the frame looked so concerned and like not amused. Like, I was like, oh.
If this had happened 6 or 7 years ago, it'd be Dave and me talking and your stinking corpse with flies around it.
Yeah, just like my feet would be like this.
Oh fuck, man.
We did our show with Tony the other day. We read her nice letters. We got to read yours.
Oh, how did go over?
Went well. Yours was definitely had the most swearing.
Oh yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have done. I felt like I had to soften it a little. It felt too sincere. I was like, God, is this too much?
No, yours was great. I was fucking with you.
It's great.
It was sweet. We kicked off with yours.
I waffled back and forth. Is that right? Waffle?
Yeah. Flip flopped.
I don't know. I pancaked back and forth on whether or not to swear. I had it without the swearing, and it just seemed effusive. And so I thought, I should have just done. I think the nature of what you guys were trying to do, I honestly didn't trust it. I thought it was some kind of weird bit or something.
It's exactly
Yeah.
what it would be.
Yeah, but fair enough for your question. That feels right.
Yeah. I mean, for me, like I would have scammed and done something shitty. So that's probably why,
is it something you would be comfortable doing?
No.
Yeah, I figured. You got to do it. Man.
Would you guys?
It wouldn't be my favorite thing in the world, but I mean, it's funnier because it makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking about like you would be a funny one to do. I remember your birthday's coming up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. That's when you pulled that little stunt a couple of years ago. It was on your birthday.
Yeah.
What's done?
A little stunt he pulled a couple of years ago at the hospital and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
But like we had no idea it was your birthday, and you don't like to share it, right? And I asked Nancy about that, and she was like, "Well, Stanger doesn't." She calls you Stanger. Stanger doesn't believe he doesn't like birthdays because he doesn't like people like being nice to him if he hasn't earned it. Something along those lines.
Yeah, I think that's a much doofusier way of making it sound like I have some.
Not her words, me like paraphrasing in the worst possible way.
Stanger thinks that birthdays are for cowards. That's what my wife said. No, I just feel uncomfortable. Like if you
Don't
know,
like being fussed over.
yeah, I don't like being fussed over, especially if I didn't do anything outside of showing up.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I did something you like and you want to tell me, I'll take the compliment. But if it's just like people feel, oh dude, I'm so sorry, man. I should have reached out to you, or I missed that, or hey man, happy birthday to you, man. Happy birthday. Good for you. I don't know what to do with that. I'm like, thanks. I don't know.
Yeah. And as we get older, like they become like, I'm not going to do anything. When was like the last time you did something for your birthday? Like, were you?
I've done a huge celebration every year. Huge.
Just, we don't know about it.
Yeah. I mean, I've never reminded you guys, but my closest friends, the people I care about, are there every year. I would never miss that. The opportunity to spend time with my closest friends. No, the last time I did anything for it, I can't even remember.
Yeah.
We're going back into, 82, 83.
No. Like,
Hey, I just want to point out, Tony and Drew have been watching, and Tony said, Drew just said, Ryan Stanger, first victim of an at-home school shooting. Nice one, Drew.
Yeah.
Do you like this running bit of Stone becoming an at-home school shooter?
If I'm being honest, I do.
Yeah, I love it.
Feels great.
Well, thanks for coming on, Singer. We're going to do phone contact roulette. Now, do you know what this is?
I can kind of guess. I don't know I don't know the mechanism of how it works. I should say that somehow a while back when Nancy and I got my wife Nancy and I got our cell phones, we were on the same plan. This is like years ago when we got the same plan, and somehow all our contacts at that time merged together.
Oh, this is great.
So I have tons of just random her contacts in there. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know, probably like 500 names I don't recognize or no. I mean, some people we know, but some people I don't know. Work contacts.
Beautiful. Well, basically, just so that you're clear, how it works is we'll each do it just to be fair. Pull out our phone, go to the phone contacts. One of you will have me scroll. You'll tell me to stop. You'll tell me, third name from the top, and then I'll have to call that number. They have to hear my voice in some capacity. That means if they answer, I have to say something, or if they don't answer, I have to leave a voicemail.
And this is off camera, and we just.
I'll mute it. You'll be able to hear. I'll mute you guys. You'll be able to listen to the conversation.
Can we mute the person that's having the conversation?
I mean, I could do it not on speaker. I don't know the legality of calling them.
Sorry.
But something to think about. We could.
The joke I was making was that to do the joke call off camera and off mic.
Yeah.
So people never see it. It wasn't a good joke.
Well,
It's noon.
I
It's
report
noon.
back to you.
It's early.
I haven't spoken to adults in a while. It's noon,
I should point out real quick then also that we haven't talked for a minute.
Yeah.
We're on the team. And for the people who don't know, like Ryan Stanger is host of the Dumbbells podcast. We didn't give you any introduction, and also Action Boys. And also Ryan is our friend, and we are all on the same team, Bangarang, over at UCB. We haven't talked in a minute.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Not since before the quarantine.
Before time.
I mean, maybe a text. I'm not super social outside of seeing you guys on Friday nights.
Yeah.
Kind of disappear.
Have you guys thought about, like, I can't remember what our last show was to save my life, like what happened in it. And I'm like, man, was that the last time I ever stepped foot on the UCB stage? And what happened? Like,
I'm trying to think. I know I did great. No, it's funny as hell.
Ali could tell us, I think, give us details. I think it was a good show with a good house. And I think we were in general all satisfied with the show, if I remember.
I remember people, like stuff I was doing, people screaming with laughter. Screaming with laughter.
I don't remember anyone screaming.
With laughter?
I remember, no, not with laughter. With screaming, people just screaming, like blood-curdling shrieks.
Yeah, it is, because like when you see all these models, or not models, but how like these rollouts for how things are going to open up. Yeah. None of them involve like 100 people getting together in a small room.
No, yeah, that's
like, oh, great. Well, shit.
They say, yeah, we can do this again.
Yeah. Little, it's like, it sucks, I guess. I mean,
I'd say it sucks.
Yeah. Well, shit, I don't know. Maybe the smaller theater model will be the first kind of thing that comes back, because I know they're saying that they really don't want to do sports.
Yeah.
Or at least sports with a crowd.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take sports with no crowd at this point. Like, obviously, as long as it's safe and they're being responsible. But if we get sports back, if it means no crowds, please.
I like it if they're trying to spread the disease. Like if that's a threat that like they got somebody with COVID on their team out there coughing on them and stuff.
If they lose, they get COVID. Have you heard they're talking about potentially putting mannequins and stuff in the stands to just make it feel a little more full?
Like the first Rocky movie?
Yeah, for like cardboard cutouts and stuff.
Yeah, that won't be eerie at all.
Yeah.
I want to be like
dead quiet.
they pan over to the crowd.
All our greatest thinkers and scientists work overtime to make them like be able to blink and cheer and stuff. We don't get a vaccine for another 4 years.
Go Lakers.
We get it like in the is it the office meetings in Demolition Man when they just have screens that'll kind of rotate to whoever's
Oh
talking?
yeah. Be well. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is, there are all these like weird futuristic apocalyptic, all that shit. When I was going to the market the other day, like I hadn't been in my car in forever, so it's like you get into like a dirty car and you're like, I remember driving, and you have like your bandana up around your mask.
Yeah.
It's like this weird road warrior scenario.
It's so wild, like being like wearing gloves to the grocery store and a mask, and I'm like looking at like the best pieces of fruit and like tossing them into my satchel.
What will you trade for this? And they're like, just give me money for it. The money still works. All right.
Paper.
Paper.
I have like
Paper. You know what that's from, Harry?
what?
Paper. I got paper.
Paper.
So what is it from? Is it
Waterworld.
Waterworld? Yeah.
Yeah. What's that guy's name?
He's in
Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, he's a good actor. He's got an interesting name.
He's got a good name. Paper.
He's a pedophile in that movie too. FYI.
Oh, good.
Just
That's right.
in that movie, Ryan. Not
Weirdly
in real
enough,
life.
Jeffrey Jones, pedophile in all his movies too.
Rooney.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Harris is too old for him.
the journalist in Deadwood,
Yeah.
the old newspaper.
Howard the Duck. He's got
Howard the
that.
Duck.
He's got that big old pedophile tongue in Howard the Duck.
Yeah. He's not interested in Howard once he finds out he's of legal age.
Remember that duck's feathery tits in Howard the Duck?
Yeah. I have.
I never seen Howard the Duck.
You never seen Howard the Duck?
It sucks.
Yeah, it's not good.
I had a Howard the Duck.
Lucas.
I had a Howard the Duck puzzle as a kid from the movie, and it's him like in his couch, like in a recliner, reading a Play Duck magazine, and it's got a picture of the duck with tits, like the feathered tits, and as like a kid, I was really fascinated by it, and
Yeah.
so it was like
The tits, they're I shouldn't call them tits. I don't know, fucking hogs. They were they were nice, right?
I mean, yeah, like if I were to be into if I were to fuck a duck, those were the tits I would want, That's how I'd want it to look.
Those fucking cans on that duck, Dave. It's worth seeing it for that.
Okay.
Also, like he may or may not have sex with Leah Thompson at the end.
Yeah.
May or may not.
You'll definitely yank it if you watch it and you see those duck tits.
Dave, I guarantee you'll honk your donk if you watch Howard the Duck, Dave.
You'll look around for a second, you'll go and you'll close the blinds, and then you'll just start pounding that pud.
You'll tuck your duck and really.
This will be Dave watching Howard the Duck.
Right.
He has to pause and rewind to get back to the party life.
Oh, dude, how much would you kill to have that puzzle now in quarantine times, dude? Fucking kill for that puzzle, dude.
So funny that was the puzzle.
Honestly, I would. I've watched every porno on the internet now, and so I'm running out of good stuff. So yeah, I'll fucking jack off.
Not a lot of new content on porno these days.
Yeah, it is sort of. You can see it kind of like slowing down a bunch. But,
Getting down to the bottom of the barrel with what they're releasing on that.
a lot of remasters. All right, should we get down to it? Should we do, or what were you gonna say, Sting?
No. I was just gonna say remasturbates, but
Oh, hey, that's really good.
pretty good, huh?
I was right to stop everything.
All right, are we doing this stupid
Yeah,
part?
let's see. I'll go first, just to kind of get it rolling. Stinger as our guest, how would you like to? Would you like to go first, second, last?
It's your show. It's your own private Kokomo's. So however you want to do it.
I like that you'll probably handle this fine, and it won't be a big deal. While Dave and I hem and haw and with our sweaty palms. And
Yeah, I know. Like,
I mean, it could be bad. I mean, there's definitely some people I've kind of like that are friends of mine that I've ghosted.
oh, other rules that you should know: no X's. You get a pass for X's, and nothing that could like hurt employment in any way. So if you see something that's like, oh, this is like a producer, I maybe no, I don't want to be weird, and you know what I mean.
Fuck you, Michael Bay. For roulette.
Also, for us, Dave, we can't reuse a tactic that we've used on previous calls. So, or at least we can't do the same tactic twice in a row. So, I believe, actually, I'm good if I want to do butt dial. I think I'm clear on that, if need be.
Do you have to hold the phone up to your bare ass on the Zoom
Yeah,
and then fart into it?
yeah. Mostly, it's more disrespectful and bad for you guys. They don't really know what's going on the phone. All right, ready to do this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get going. I'm ready to go. Tell me when to start.
Ryan, why don't you do the honors? You can tell them when to stop or start.
All right. Start scrolling now. And stop.
Okay.
And then Dave, do you want to give the
Go 2 up from where you are, and that's it.
We'll see if it's a pink dot. the
You had on
grocery. Yeah, I guess I'm pink dot.
what is pink dot, an asshole?
Yeah, pink dot's an asshole that delivers groceries and stuff. It was like kind of like the first.
Is it the one on Sunset?
We'll see. I mean, is this an interesting one to call, like a business?
No, I mean they're either out of business or they're doing well right now.
I think they're definitely doing well. I think it's still around.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll make it interesting. We'll waste their time during this very busy time.
I'm
So
sure
now, you mute us. What do you do right now?
Huh?
How does that work as far as like, do you have to do something? You have to mute Ryan and I?
I will mute so that if you guys want to run some color commentary for everyone while like it's ringing and everything,
Okay.
and I'll call, but you'll still be able to hear me.
Got it. Okay.
All right. So I guess I'll call pink dot. And all right, here we go.
The only pink dot I know is the one on Sunset Boulevard.
I mean, is this is kind of like,
It's boring.
let's see if I can order an Amazon package.
Yeah, I mean, I can do like a prank phone call. Like at this point now, it's not like, how do I handle this? Like potentially,
Yeah, I think it should not be a business. It should be somebody we know.
Yeah. Okay.
Or not know or don't remember or whatever, but it shouldn't be a business, right?
That's fair.
Okay. Would you like me to go again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
We'll go again.
All right. I'll scroll from where I'm at now.
Crawl?
I'll scroll from where I'm at now.
Why are you going to crawl from where you're at now?
Let's scroll, man. By the way, all my phone contacts are businesses, food delivery services.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Start scrolling. Josh scrolling. And stop there.
Okay.
Scrolling, starring Robert De Niro. What do you, and then Dave, tell him.
Go 3 down from where you are.
I swear to God, it's Yummy, another grocery delivery service.
Go 2 up from there.
That's an X. And
One above it.
One above it?
Yeah.
All right, this is a great one, actually. This is a good one.
Okay.
This is somebody that I was in Improv 101 with. And I think he was in our 201. I remember if Drew remembers. He's a guy. His name was Win, and he was an interesting guy. All I remember once is he was really late one time, and we were doing like a pattern game, like in the the circle, and we're all throwing stuff out. And he was late, and he didn't really know what was going on. And and he like joined in, and like it got to him, and like the thing before it was somebody said like nice or something, and he looked and he went MILF, and I was like, and I was like, where'd that come from, buddy? Right. So I'm gonna just
You can ask him about it.
yeah, I'm gonna just say, hey, I'm gonna just talk to him. He's like, he's an affable enough guy. I'm not gonna tell him that he's on a show or anything because I don't want him to think that he's being made fun of. Right?
Okay. That feels
Yeah, I mean,
bold
there
of
might
me.
be some legal.
Oh yeah. I mean, I wonder about that too. I haven't bothered to look into like the legality of all of this. Maybe is it just like a one-way conversation? You just hear my end and I report back to you, kind of what he said. Is that interesting or no?
I don't know. What have you guys done before? Have you done this before?
Yeah, we've done it before. Mostly just like threaten people that we're gonna like kill them and stuff.
I'd be less. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'd be less likely to put them on speaker just because it seems like they didn't ask for this.
For sure. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I think legally we're not supposed to.
What? I'm sure any court of law will just look at the views and be like, it doesn't matter.
Who gives a fuck?
If anything, they're more anonymous now, having appeared on this show.
Yeah. Although I will say, Dave started to broadcast somebody's phone number. He didn't take it off mute, and I think we scrubbed it, but it was somebody of somewhat of note.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. We didn't say who. All right, I'm gonna do this. You'll not be able to hear his end of the conversation. I will report everything he says.
Let me ask this. Did you guys do speakerphone the last time you did this?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But of the 3 times I think we've done it, twice we told the person what the story was, like what was going on.
Yeah. All right.
One person I just said, "Oh, sorry, butt dial."
And I think maybe we can use our discretion on that because like one time Meharry had to call Schwarzbein and that was on speaker and that was fine. But maybe this might be.
Tony says that we should do it on speaker. Hillary says that we need to let them know they're on air. But I'm guessing if they don't hear their end of the conversation, we're fine. So we'll do it. You won't hear their conversation. So I'm gonna turn the volume off.
I guess depending on how it goes, you could, if it comes up, you could ask them or tell them during the conversation and then bring them onto the show.
For sure. I mean, most likely I'll get a voicemail.
Most likely.
And then I have no idea how I'll handle that. But oh no, I'm so scared. This one is actually like this one's a bit of a relief. All right, here we go. All right, you guys can keep talking while I dial.
So Ryan's dialing. What, you guys both have art up in back of you? Is that a choice to?
Yeah.
You guys are just running commentary. Can't hear you.
It's a blank windowless room that I live in. But I thought I'd throw something up there for the heck of it.
That's good. What is that? What is the piece?
My sister
Beautiful
painted
piece.
it.
Voicemail.
Okay.
Hey, Wynn, this is Ryan Meharry. We were in, I think, Improv 101 and 201 together. I was just like scrolling through my phone, looking at names and saw yours. I was like, oh, I was wondering how Wynn was doing. It's kind of a crazy time right now. So I thought, I'm going to reach out to people I haven't talked to in a long time, see how they're doing. I hope you're doing well. Don't know if you're still in LA or if life is taking you elsewhere in the world, but I hope you're doing really well. Feel free to give me a call back. Also, if this is like so weird and you're like, who is this guy? Never mind. That's totally fair too. But stay safe and goodbye.
Oh, and Wynn, nice MILF.
That was a good message.
Yeah, that was sweet.
Yeah, that was good. That was a pretty easy one. Like of a person that like I know kind of well that haven't dealt with in years. Like He's honestly like kind of a goofier guy, so there's not a lot of like. I'm not gonna be like weirdo, you know.
Yeah. A real doofus is what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, great. He's a real coward doofus, so I'm fine with leaving it.
Big fucking dork.
Yeah.
Shocked if you'd ever been gotten laid before. Like a fucking miracle. Weird glasses. Anyway, overall, fine guy, fine.
I think, well, that's part of what's cool about this game is that, could be painless. That's part of it,
That's why it's roulette. Like you get it doesn't fire. You're good. You're. Dave, how about you go now? We'll save Stanger for last.
Have you either of you played Russian roulette for real?
With a real gun and a bullet?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Have you?
No.
Then you ever play that pie face game? It's kind of like it.
Yeah, it's kind of like it.
A little low stake roulette.
Where you eat pussy or?
Yeah, it's everyone draw straws and whoever draws the small straw has to eat the pussy.
You know who won't play that? DJ Khaled.
Another one.
Another one.
Did he ever playing pie face? No, I don't play.
Major key alert. My wife ain't getting her pussy eaten during the quarantine. Major key alert.
Did he, I don't know. Did he say he doesn't do that?
He refuses. The king doesn't do that or whatever. But.
Yeah. He's just out there jet skiing.
Wearing 2 t-shirts.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, Dave, start scrolling.
Now scroll back up a little. You're not going to get away from those bees. Scroll down. Tell them when to stop, Sting.
Stop. Go right there. Who are you on right now?
Yeah, whoever the thumb's on.
All right.
Any sort of prep you need to do? You need to talk it out
This
at all?
one, I'm going to argue, can be a speaker call.
Okay.
All right.
We just let them know. I'm sure they'll give the okay.
This is exciting. Please be Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Will Hines, how are you doing, my friend?
Good. Hang on. I'm gonna get. There we go. Hi.
Will, I want to let you know right now, you're on my own private Kokomo
Oh, okay. Thanks for the heads up.
with Ryan Meharry and Ryan Stanger.
Yes, I've seen this on social media. I'm aware of this.
Okay.
Oh, good.
You guys want to say hello?
Hey, Will.
Will,
Hey,
what's up,
Ryan.
man? What's
Yeah,
up? It's
Ryan.
Ryan
Hey.
Stanger, man. Our second time talking during the quarantine.
I know. We're talking more now than we did in the before times.
More than ever.
That's 2 more than Nancy.
Yeah. I talk to you more than my wife, Will.
I don't need to know your problems, man. Don't get me involved.
It's not a problem, man. It's a win for me.
Everyone's happy.
I want to let you know my achievements. Talking to you more than my wife is a fucking achievement.
That's great to hear. Yeah, it's nice to hear your voice, Stanger. I haven't had anybody bring up glory holes in a conversation in some time, so it's good to be talking to somebody where I know that we're only ever a sentence away from that kind of gross stuff.
Did you try the glory hole?
No, I didn't try it yet. I'm
Oh.
still on my to-do list.
How
Okay.
does somebody find a glory hole? Like where? Like
No, I was suggesting he make one
oh,
Yeah,
as a workaround for dating during the self-isolation.
yeah.
where would he
You
place
to
it?
respect shelter in place, but still have romantic relations with somebody. Ryan pretty quickly and unsolicited suggested a glory hole. So yeah,
Is it a bad idea?
I guess not. It's a practical solution. It doesn't suit my own personal style, but no, it's a. I appreciated you trying to solve a problem.
It feels
Yeah.
like Stinger, that's just something you want. It's something you want for yourself.
I want it for Will.
You want it for Will.
Yeah. I'm like the Tony Fauci of fucking during the quarantine.
Yeah, you're just trying to give practical solutions to the people.
practical solutions. Yeah. And you know,
I would say having a glory hole in your home, practical. So who's using it? Who's coming through?
no. Listen, Will had started dating right before this self-isolation happened, before the guidelines came into place.
Oh,
And he was like, well, it's kind of weird. I had started seeing this person and I guess that's done. And I was like, see if she's open to doing like a glory hole situation where you could just
And
go to
it's
her
my
house.
fault. It's my fault for bringing this up right now. I realize I have brought this up myself, and I apologize to myself.
So would you? So the hole would be like a hole essentially in your apartment, like maybe on your like.
Not his. I don't think the girl should have to travel and then like, you know,
Put
like
herself at
back
risk.
up to the hole outside of a house or something.
You want to put herself at risk, yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying the guy should go to her house, put the hole in. I'm not using any names. Let's just say this is a hypothetical guy.
Mhm.
To a willing,
Thank you.
consensual partner, goes to her house, makes a hole, and like hardware stores are open. They are essential business. You can get this kind of tool. You get yourself a cordless drill.
Oh, there's no there's no question that you'd be able to like get it done, make the thing, just like
Yeah, no. You get a cordless drill. I recommend getting a lithium battery, not a NiCad battery. You're going to be charging that thing forever. Plus, you're not going to want to run an extension cord. So get a good lithium battery,
Yeah.
drill a hole, and then just like put yourself in through the hole. The girl can do whatever she wants with it.
Yeah. So Will would be standing outside.
Not Will. This is a hypothetical.
Person X will go up to this home and stick his dick, and so somebody walking by will just see this person standing up real close to
Yeah.
Can I just say that I am amazed that the logistics of this are so interesting. Like, I don't think the main questions we should be asking are, what's the protocol of the approach, and where are we going to get the supplies? Like, look, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to not to disrespect the idea. I'm not going to do it. You don't need to work out the details, and it's not because of the logistics. I just don't want to do it. But thank you so much for the suggestion. Really, it's nice. But you don't need to work out the details because Person X is never going to do it. Like, really, never. Like, I'm pretty sure I can say safely for the rest of my life it'll never happen.
So this is like Trump not taking the advice of Dr. Birx and Fauci and just saying, hey, the
Not like
country's
that at all. It's not like that at all. Like, 2.2 million people are not going to die because I don't shove my dick in a hole and ask somebody to play with it. Like,
we get it. The country has to reopen. Will saying that the cure cannot be worse than the disease.
I mean, if I am referenced in the press conference when they announced this, that things have to open and I'm cited as the reason, I'd be pretty psyched to get that kind of attention. I think it would be really fun.
You put that in history.
It'd be good for my own private Kokomo.
Oh, this would be huge. This would be great for us. So, fingers crossed.
What's the reason behind the name of did Tooney pick the name?
No, I don't know where it came from. Honestly, I think where did it come from? I know we started the show first before we had a name, and then we decided on the name during the show.
I like that. Nice and organic. That's fun.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we
I
picked
just
up.
feel like Kokomo's the kind of song that I picture Tooney really getting into.
It's a song Dave and I talk about a lot, so it was definitely going to work its way in there somehow.
We did talk about it at our last.
You hated the Beach Boys till Kokomo came out, right?
Yeah, I thought they were frauds, and
Tooney's musical taste, and this is true and perhaps boring, but it is true. Tooney's musical taste fascinates me. I'm always trying to pin it down, and I can never get a sure handle on what music Dave likes or doesn't like. I find it sort of elusive in a fun way.
Will will text me every so often. He'll just text me, "Hey, what do you think of?" And then he'll add a band. Like, he just texted me recently, like, "Hey, what do you think of Ben Folds?" And then we'll have to talk about it for a little bit, and
then it'll be nothing, no follow-up, then like weeks and weeks of no contact at all, and like no discussion, and then just like, how about Third Eye Blind? Do you go nuts for Third Eye Blind?
I remember doing
sometimes at odd times. It'll be like 1 a.m. sometimes, and I'll be,
during a Bangarang show once, yelled out that Dave's favorite albums were Pearl Jam, Vitology, Van Halen 1984, and the Dumb and Dumber soundtrack.
Wait, is that true?
All three are good. All three are good. You watch that Dumb and Dumber movie and you tell me that those songs aren't catchy. And
No, the Farrelly brothers have
super
great. I like the soundtrack to Kingpin. Not to be like the indie version of the Farrelly brothers fan, but the movie they did before Dumb and Dumber, Kingpin, has it's an amazing soundtrack, and Something About Mary is an amazing soundtrack. So
yeah, you give me Dumb and Dumber, and then you give me the Twins movie with Damon and
Stuck on You.
Yeah, Stuck on You. Those two movies, those are my
What
favorite.
about their dramatic one that had like Alec Baldwin as a dad or whatever? And
Outside Providence.
Outside Providence, yeah.
I
I
wish
think they
people
only produced that, right? I think they didn't direct that or something.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I wish people could see the level of excitement and enthusiasm in Dave Tooney's face when Green Book won for Best Picture. Yeah! Woo! Never seen somebody more pumped about something. Every once in a while they get it right. Every once in a while they get it right.
You did it.
Thank God they focused on the Ginzo that drives the genius Doc Shirley around.
So are you guys really this is a podcast or whatever the heck it is, that really there is no theme or anything, right? You guys just you literally are just talking and that's what it is?
Segments. Your phone call is a product of a segment we're doing where we do phone contact roulette, and we had Dave scroll through his phone and had him stop, and he landed right on you. And so you're.
Oh my gosh, I feel honored.
Yeah.
Well,
I was so grateful and so relieved to see your name pop up.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm sort of well suited for the ambush phone call, like my personality and my life.
We knew you'd pick up.
You do a pickup. You think I'm not busy? You think I'm just sitting around?
We knew you're desperate for interaction and contact.
I mean, you could have your dick in a hole somewhere, buddy, but you choose not to.
Speaking of, I just my phone.
Dick
I
in
have
a hole?
voicemail here.
Wait, what, Ryan?
I have a voicemail from the person that I called.
Oh my gosh, Ryan. Will, just so you know, Ryan called someone that used to be in his 201 back when he was taking classes. He had to leave a voicemail, but he's got a voicemail in return.
Now, I believe I can play the voicemail because they called me, so we're allowed to listen to it legally.
Will, we're going to keep you on the line for this if you don't mind.
Yeah. So
I
here,
got nothing going on.
all right, here we go. Hold on a second.
Hey Ryan, it's Wynn Dawson from improv class. Boy, a lot of things have changed. Things are going pretty well for me. I'm not doing improv anymore, but anyway, I hope you're well. And give me a call back. Bye.
No, I'm not calling him back.
Oh, you gotta
do it, buddy.
You gotta find out what's going on in his life, man.
Yeah.
It's going well for him.
You gotta call.
What an affable guy.
So nice. This was honestly, I was thinking about like, what's the worst possible scenario for me in this situation for this whole game is that like I get in contact with somebody who now all of a sudden I have to maintain a relationship with that I don't really care out of sheer guilt.
Yeah.
Should we do mine?
I mean, if that's your worst case scenario, that's just not so bad. I mean,
No, not at all.
Worst case scenario is an ex whose number you have in
We have
your contacts for whatever reason, and you got to call them and say, "Oh, I didn't call you for human being reasons. I called you because I felt obligated to yes and a stupid bit on my non-purposeful podcast." You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
That's
meanwhile,
the worst case scenario.
you interrupted their non-purposeful podcast. They're like, I'm actually live right now doing some bullshit that nobody's watching. Everybody's literally broadcasting live at the same time.
Yeah. Everyone's demanding that I call him back in our chat.
I think you can call him back later just because we're running long.
Yeah, I feel like the time has passed and it'll turn into a long.
You were hoping I'd be quicker.
No, this is great.
This is a
You
gift.
were a little treasure that we found, Will.
Yeah.
And this thing was dragging for a while, and we needed you to help save Stanger here.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna keep
right.
Will, if you can leave if you want, otherwise we'll keep on the line for Stanger's phone call.
We haven't
I'm
done
staying
Stanger.
around.
All right, great. Ryan, why don't you go ahead and start scrolling there, and Meher, you can tell him when to stop and
Sure.
whatnot.
Okay, scroll, stop. Second one from the top.
Okay. This is a guy that I used to be a trainer with at this place called Sports Club LA. It eventually became Equinox. Do people know what gyms are anymore? It was a gym, and he was like a real funny character of a guy. Like I would say most of the trainers were similar in their kind of age range, like in that kind of 20 to 40 range or something like that. And this guy was maybe at the time I knew him like 55 or something, but a good guy and a good trainer, and funny. Like we would make like little joke videos at this club to help like with the management, with like personnel stuff or human resources things. And we would always put them in there because he had like a weird, he was just weird in a good way, and had like kind of like a weird delivery on lines and stuff. And so, yeah, I was always kind of friendly with him because I liked putting him in things because he was just such an interesting character. But he moved away from LA. Like I ran into him maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and he had moved away. I don't know if he changed his number or what.
Well, let's find out. You might want to turn the volume off on your computer so you don't hear us talking as we do a little commentary.
Okay. So I won't be able to hear you guys. I'm gonna start this.
Okay.
All right. So Stanger is going to make this phone call. He is calling someone he used to work with at a gym, of another a fellow trainer.
This is interesting.
It is. I'm excited to see what happens. I bet we get a voicemail here. But so the rules are, Will, Stanger has to leave a voicemail.
That's fair.
Yeah. No matter what, if they pick up or voicemail, they have to hear that you have to speak.
I like that your dynamic of friendship is making things up for you all to do that can be hurtful to you guys and destructive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's me. That's.
I don't like that.
And then using the honor code of friendship to make you do it. That's healthy and nurturing.
That's what it's like being friends with Ryan.
It's the comedian equivalent of like hitting each other as a form of affection, like when 12-year-olds like punch each other as hard as they can.
Hey, John,
be like,
how you doing? This is Ryan Stanger from Sports Club LA days. How are you doing, buddy? This is a wild time. I was going through my phone, and I saw your name pop up, and it got me thinking about all my kind of gym buddies. And I know a lot of us aren't working in gyms right now, obviously. And so anyway, I was just calling to check in on you. I remember you moved away from LA. I can't remember where you moved to, but I was just wanted to see how you're doing and if you're doing anything creative still or writing or anything. And talk about old times. Give me a call back whenever you want, if you want. Also, don't feel like you have to. And yeah, that's it, dude. Hey, I'm curious if you keep in touch with anybody from the club. I've still got a couple of people that I'm talking to, and it'd be fun to compare notes. Anyway, dude, hang in there, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Heavy emphasis on don't feel like you have to.
What's that?
Heavy emphasis on don't feel like you have to.
What did I say?
Because you're like, feel free to call me back. Don't feel like you have to.
Oh, no. I honestly can't even remember what I just said.
It's a blur.
It's a blur, and I tried to be sincere and not lie in the call, but also
right.
I don't know. I also didn't want to do too much
of omission.
Yeah. I didn't want to do too much of a joke to him. I don't want to I'm not trying to prank him.
I like your approach.
Yeah.
No, the idea is the person who's we're calling feel like they're like being made fun of or anything like that.
Your
I
approach is
wanted to
good.
do a glory hole callback in the joke for you guys, but I was like, we're really seeing that in the light of day really makes me realize how bad I am.
You would love it if you said, hey, remember that time we were talking about how Will Hines should get a glory hole going? It's been something you've been thinking about for years.
I would be honored if I got brought up that way a decade hence. That would be great.
It's like a Ray
Like if that
Bradbury
somehow
novel.
became How You Remembered Me, I would not mind that at all. I think that'd be really funny.
Oh boy.
As you're
Will
leaving that
Hines.
voicemail, Ryan, it was truly very nice, and I just was thinking, this is the most un-Stanger thing to do, is to scroll through your phone, find an old contact, call them just to check in. When us, who are friends and perform together weekly, haven't talked in a month. Since this all happened, we have not had any conversation.
I called Stanger, no call back.
I wanted to do a Zoom, but I don't know when do people do that? Have you guys done one without me?
As Bangarang? No.
No. No, we haven't done anything collectively as a group, other than that one Zoom show where it's just Ali, Meharry, and I.
Yeah. I wonder if Dave feels this way. I feel like I'm the one who's like, I'm self-conscious about being like, hey, you guys want to do this thing? You guys want to get together, start do a Zoom chat? Like, I don't want to be the one who's like pushing too much. You know what I mean?
Because you don't want to be the one that gets 0 responses, which is a very likely outcome of a Bangarang chat. You want to be the last one in the chat to have said something, and then no one says anything after that.
Yeah, Zoom dress up, hang out, and you're sitting there, just your face on the screen with the costume on, waiting for other people to check
Do a
in.
costume party, a slumber party.
Will, have you been doing a bunch of Zoom conferences?
Yes, I've been teaching online. I've done a ton of it, actually. I have not done many like performances. I've done one, I guess. And I'm on an improv team too, the Smokes, and we have not contacted each other at all. I've had individual contact with some members, but like the group has not. Oh no, wait, we did a bit where we pretended like we had a show and we were emailing notes about it. I forgot.
Oh, that's fun.
So we did that. We were like giving each other notes for a show that didn't happen. My bits were not good, but the group email was pretty fun.
It's a lot of pressure, because then you got to like revise and do first drafts and stuff. How is that?
Like a group email with a bunch of people that are funny and you think are funny? That I do feel a lot of pressure. It's like, all right, how much work do I put into my response here? Do I not answer? Do I try to one up what's going on? Do I sort of just kind of duck it a little bit? I do overthink that a lot.
My rule of thumb is if it's organic, or if I come up with something in the first 15 to 30 seconds, I'm in. Otherwise, I'm bowing out.
Let it go.
Yeah, let it go.
It's like catching the right wave.
Yep.
Will, how's teaching going? Do you do it on Zoom? The Zoom's kind of intuitive, right? Can't you set it up to go from one person to the other?
Teaching on Zoom is not as bad as I had feared. It works pretty well. Also, people are bored. Like, I think the students I've had in my workshops, they're just like so happy to be interacting with other human beings.
Right.
That their kind of excitement powers through what otherwise might be a little bit stilted of an environment. And Zoom's pretty easy to use. I mean, I don't know. It's all right. I thought it was going to be a complete bust. And then it actually worked out all right. I was like, oh, it's kind of like vegan versions of things. It's like, I don't want to have tempeh bacon, and then you have it, you're like, that's all right. You know, it wasn't so bad. That's what it's like.
The itch a little bit, you know? Like, I thought that we did the Bangarang show that we did with me, Dave, and Ali. It's like, wasn't ideal by any stretch, but like, it felt good to be doing improv a little bit. And you have like the chat there or whatever. And so you get some feedback a bit. It's not the same as laughter, obviously, but when somebody does throw out that like crying, laughing emoji. It's like, oh, okay, I guess it's working in some capacity.
Crying, laughing.
Crying, laughing emoji.
Yeah, I don't know if the laughing part
On that emoji, or
Yeah.
just people posting it
for your show.
No.
I think they were crying at your shitty show, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't think you recognize emotions well on pictures of it.
I think I do.
Guys, I gotta run, but it's
Will.
nice to talk to you all.
Will, thank you. Sorry for sexually harassing you.
I love it. I long for it. And that's why I brought it up. I didn't have a lot of like guy friends
now he'll think
growing up,
that's
like tough
forever.
guy friends. This makes me feel like I'm a man.
Thanks for doing this, Will.
Thank you.
Bye, Junie. Bye, bye, guys.
Bye.
Later, buddy.
Before we go, thank you, Stanger, for coming on. We have a big announcement.
Oh, wow.
This is actually really big. Something that we are in the early stages of planning, hoping to maybe we can pull it off either next month or June. We are going to host a tournament for the world's fastest typists. Plan to do it big. I've already been in contact with Sean Rona, a world record holding typist. And the idea is we'll have a tournament. We're going to find the fastest typers we can. And
What?
Stanger bowing out. We're going to find the fastest typers we can. We're going to have an 8-person tournament. I'm going to look for. Really tell you, I should have said goodbye to Stanger first. And then,
Oh, good. Keep going. I'm here. I'm listening.
what are you doing right now?
I'm just trying to find something better to look at.
Well, we can let you go. Anyway, if you
No,
guys.
no. I want to hear typist. You got a typist? What's the bit?
Oh, yeah. The whole band's gonna be fun. I think that's that. I don't think we can.
Dave, you want to get involved with this bit? You seem awfully fucking silent down there, man.
No, this is a Bangarang text thread right now.
Y'all watch Tiger King?
Yeah.
Do you wish that it wasn't as popular?
I don't care.
I like because it was fun, but also like because so many people like it, you're like, I can't,
I haven't seen it.
It wasn't going to change how much I talked about it one way or another. Like I was never going to be on like Twitter, like making my jokes about it if nobody watched it or if everyone watched it. So,
Dave, why do you refuse to watch Tiger King?
I think I'm going to end up just feeling bad, and it seems like a bummer situation.
it's not that
Because
bad.
too many tigers live at the end.
Yeah.
What real quick, and I know this is going way too long. I'm so sorry. What has everybody been watching? What are you watching? What's the best thing you watched during this whole shit?
So we're going to have eight players. They're all going to be typing. We're going to have share their screen when it's their turn to type. We're going to try to get some professional play-by-play. It's going to be really, really fun. A $50 cameo prize. Anyway, what I've been watching, Stinger, I just started Ozark. I'm 2 episodes in.
Starting from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Yeah.
I never finished it, but I liked what I saw. Dave, you're next.
I'm about to start. This is something I was watching. I'm about to start Kingdom on Netflix. I was driving yesterday and I saw a billboard for it, and it interested me. It's a Korean show revolving around zombies, and it's like 2 seasons, 6 episodes each season.
Zombies.
So I think they're like in an old. I don't think it's current day. I think it's like when there was kings and stuff, and there's a zombie outbreak in South Korea or something.
Is that because it's called Kingdom?
Yeah, I guess so.
Junie's watching that movie from like 9-10 years ago. That guy made about the Prophet Muhammad, that where he depicts like the life of Muhammad, and he got everyone all worked up.
Yeah. What was that called?
I don't know.
I can't remember, but like
Coffee. What was it called? Coffee or something?
I'm unaware of this.
Oh, you would know it if we said it. And then the guy like had a mental breakdown. And he was like naked marching around town and stuff. Right?
I think Muhammad, Legacy of a Prophet, or
Oh, I might be thinking of something different.
What are you watching?
Well, spoiler, I just watched an Action Boys movie last night that we're going to review called Ronin. Do you guys remember Ronin? Yeah.
Yeah.
With De Niro, Frankenheimer movie, De Niro. It's fun, man.
I feel like that's one of the last, maybe I'm wrong in this, but I feel like Ronin is one of the last movies of De Niro where like it was got a release in theaters and it was like, hey, this is the new De Niro movie. And then after that, I feel like there's a bit of a fall off because he was just getting older and as far as being the leading man of a movie.
Yeah, no, it's interesting because this is like 3 years after Heat, and he's already just feels he's great. Like you watch him in anything, he brings something to it, as proved with The Irishman and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But watching this, you keep thinking like, oh man, 3 years ago, the way he looked in Heat would have been perfect in this. He feels just a touch old for the part. It still works.
Sure.
And it's literally like 3 years difference. But
Yeah.
he did like Copland right before this. So you're right. I'd have to like look at his what came after this, but
Yeah.
this one, yeah, I remember seeing this in the theaters and not loving it when I was younger, but watching it now, I enjoyed a lot.
maybe this is one of many. Is this a movie where like De Niro has like an older De Niro has a way too young like wife or girlfriend, and he's such like an old man, so old man seeming that it's weird.
Yeah, it's not even that he's old man. He's just not in Heat. I would argue in Heat, he's pretty sexy in Heat.
Yeah.
And in this one, he just doesn't feel, he's not sexualized at all. He doesn't feel sexy in this at all. And he kind of has this affair in it. And she's young and it doesn't work because I don't know if it's going to be like a May, November thing. There has to be some sexiness to it.
Yeah.
It's completely vacant of that. And they don't try to say that like it's his like just happens to be his wife who's so young. It's not that ridiculous, but they kind of, they have this romance and you're just like, no, this guy's like a fucking, it's like he's like a relic of the Cold War, like a CIA operative guy and just kind of a square, and you're just like, no way.
The biggest image, the lasting image I have of The Irishman is De Niro throwing guns into the river.
Oh yeah, like a young man. He's a 26-year-old.
Yeah,
swinging them.
I gotta get rid of the gun.
He moves so old in that movie.
Yeah, I got it. The problem is they talked too much about like the movement coach they had. It's just like don't talk about how you solved the problem there. Just
and we'll ignore it quicker.
Yeah.
Let's have to think about it.
Also, the movement coach is like, hey, quit mentioning me. All right, fucking leave my name off.
I want to get work in the future.
Yeah. You fucking crazy? Shut the fuck up, Marty. Tell a different anecdote. Al Pacino talking about, and they had a little robot on set, and I would say, hello, R2D2.
Wait, what? Is that a thing?
He was talking about they had this kind of like some kind of contraption that they used they use like all these like multiple lens rigs and cameras, and they had this thing that could like help render their faces, and it was like a big, I don't know, kind of mechanized computer thing, and he'd say, I see it every day and say hello R2D2. I don't know. I've watched all the same kind of featurettes for The Irishman, and it's all them just telling the same 3 or 4 minute anecdote in different interviewers, different places, different things, but I can watch them all and enjoy them like it's the first time.
Does Pesci do anything? I feel like in the very minimal things I've seen for Pesci, he couldn't give a shit about any interviews or talking about.
No, he just sits there with like a terrifyingly drawn on goatee and doesn't say anything. Like nothing. And I saw one where they directed a question and he just like looks at, Scorsese or De Niro. Even he makes De Niro seem like he's talking a lot. He's so good in it though, and I like the
So
way
good
he
in it.
looks in it. It's just like just let yourself look like that. You don't have to fucking draw it. You know.
Yeah.
No, he's great in
Yeah.
it.
You look normal. You look like good. You look like
Yeah.
Joe Pesci still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. That's what.
Yeah, like he did this whole thing where he's wearing like a Kangol hat and he's got like mascara drawn on goatee or something.
Ooh, that's Joe Pesci or a younger man? Channing Tatum? Oh, no, Joe Pesci. My God.
Is that Chase Crawford? Oh no, it's fucking Pesci. Thought it was a Gossip Girl reunion.
All right.
I love when we take down prestige actors a peg, right?
Hey, I gotta say though, I love The Irishman.
Loved it.
Love Pesci in it. I wish it was 5 hours.
It didn't feel like 3.5.
It didn't. Ryan and I saw it
I
together.
thought it was the funniest movie of the year too.
Yeah, it was really fun.
It's funny.
A lot of good laughs, belly laughs.
All right, buddy. This was great. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thanks, Dave. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Ryan.
All right, thanks. Good talking to you.
This has been great. Hey guys, fucking hang in there. I hope everything works out for you. I hope you have enough fucking money and food. I hope you're not lonely.
No, we're fine. We're fine.
I'll be with my family and the property I own on a big pile of fucking money, dude.
Dave and I will be fine living alone in our rental swing. I got a dog.
Cool, dude.
I'm gonna go
Sucks
make
for
some
that dog.
macaroni.
Dave, you got a dog?
No.
Nah. Makes sense. All right, guys.
All right.
This is fun. I miss you guys.
Yeah, miss you too, buddy. This is great.
Thanks for doing it.
All
Fun
right.
getting to chat with you.
All right.
All right, guys. That's it for us. Keep going. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.
See ya.
Keep going.
It's a little callback from last week or last
Okay.
week.
Go
Bye.
eating it up. Eating it up.